What's good, y'all? I am back and I got some cheap filmmaking gear that's actually amazing that I want to show to y'all. If you're new to the channel, this is a series where I scour the internet and find cheap filmmaking gear, showcase it, and let you guys know if you should buy it or not. As with the other videos, this one's going to be exactly the same, where I give every single piece of this gear away. So if you want an opportunity to win one of these pieces of gear, all you got to do, head down to the comment section and drop me a comment, include your Instagram in that, and I'll reach out to you and let you know you won, get that stuff shipped out to you. This is the Kotek HD camcorder. And the reason why this excited me and I wanted to purchase it is because with music video content or filming music videos, it's always really cool to be able to intercut vintage looking scenes from the music video from a different perspective. And I figured if I got this would be really cool. I've tested it on one music video since I've had it. It was in the dark. It was some ratchet stuff happening, but I'll make sure to put all that footage up on the screen for you guys to see how the low light is with this camera. Now this camera is very freaking cheesy. It has really bad quality, but I think that's the point of a vintage HD camcorder, right? It has this little light on the front if you want to be able to get that front fill light, like a LED light. It has the zoom that you're used to, which freaking sucks. It has a couple different cheesy menu settings that you can adjust, like white balance and different modes that makes absolutely no difference to what the footage looks like. And the footage doesn't look good. And to be completely honest with you, I think that the footage looks better if you rough it up a little bit more. It has absolutely no definition, but I think in post, if you add more grain to it, it looks cool. It has like a Blair Witch Project effect to it. And I feel like even if you were to film super high quality footage and then rough it up in post, it wouldn't look like this. This like replicates like '08, like cell phone footage. And I think it's dope. I actually like it a lot. It has a hot shoe on the top if you want to put an LED light on the top of it. But the thing that I don't necessarily like about this, and I think the thing that really solidifies camcorder footage when you look at it, is like that zoom, right? You want the zoom rocker on your camcorder to give you a smooth zoom in when you do it. You want that smooth digital zoom. But this right here like zooms in increments, and I kind of hate the way it looks. It'll like zoom, stop, zoom, stop, zoom, stop. And I think that in itself kind of just ruins the effect of the zoom. And I think that for camcorder footage, that's a lot of the appeal. That's a lot of the experience of actually using a camcorder and actually showcasing what it does. But aside from that, it comes with 2 batteries. It's cool, it's small, it's lightweight. You want to pull it out, film some stuff real quick, get a vintage vlog going. I think it looks dope. I think it's cool for what it is. This thing right here costs $67, I forgot to mention. But that's the Kotek camcorder. I think it's cool for what it is, man. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think though. The next thing that I want to show y'all is this super clamp setup. Now this is probably my favorite filmmaking item of this entire video because it's so freaking versatile what you can do with this entire system. So this is a super clamp itself right here. And the super clamp costs only $20, right? This right here in itself only costs $20, but it's when you pair it with the other stuff that kind of takes the price up a little bit. And honestly, this articulating arm is a little bit over $100, but you don't necessarily have to get this one. I'll leave links in the description below for some other articulating arm options you can use. But this is so versatile because you can use it with so many different things. And I just want to show y'all a couple of the ways that you can use this system. So this is a super clamp on its own. It's cool. Basically, you just wind up the ratchet right here and it clamps down onto whatever surface or bar or wherever you want to place it. On the bottom of it, it has a 1/4 thread, which is cool. And it allows you to use this for so many different things. It also has like a regular hole right here for you to be able to mount it to light stands. If you want to use like a grip arm, you can put a grip arm in there. Then you can mount this to wherever you want to mount it to and then have a grip head at the end of the grip arm. I know I'm saying a lot. Let me just show you a really quick example of what I'm saying. Okay, so this is the grip head right here, right? I'm gonna loosen it, and for the sake of this video, I'm gonna just back up so y'all can see what's going on down here, right? So this is my desk. I'm gonna put the grip head right here on my desk, the grip head. The super clamp is right here. I realize I've been saying that wrong the whole time. The super clamp is right here on the desk, right? Then you have a spigot, right? This spigot right here costs $7. Very inexpensive. What a spigot is it has 2 different screws on each side. It has a 1/4, then it has a 3/8 thread on it. So you screw in your spigot right here into your super clamp. Mind you, this is solid. It's not going nowhere, right? So you got your spigot in. Then you screw on a ball head. So then you screw on a ball head. So then you mount your camera onto the ball head. And now you have a freaking tripod that you can literally take anywhere and mount your camera like in an array of different places, right? So say you wanted to mount your camera on the side of a desk. Say you have like a desk like mine that's next to a wall and you can't necessarily get a tripod behind it. Now you can mount your camera to the desk and get that angle. Or say you have like a shot of somebody in a shower and you want to mount this onto the shower door. Now you have a tripod, you have an overhead angle of the camera on the shower. Or say you want to get a shot off the top of the door. You want to get a cool perspective of somebody opening the door, but you want the camera to move with the door when it opens. You screw the super clamp onto the top of the door, and now you have a tripod that can literally go any freaking where. This is so cool, and it allows so many different versatile mounting options for you to now use your camera in places that you might not necessarily have the space to put a tripod. Now when you pair that super clamp with this articulating arm, this is where the real fun comes in. So with this articulating arm right here, it has a mounting point for a camera. And then you also have like this spigot like attachment over here on this side. Then you attach the super clamp to the end of this articulating arm, and then you can obviously attach the super clamp to a desk, or you can attach it to a shower, or wherever you want to get that creative shot. And now you just have more options and more like more length to, you know, the different mounting options you want. So if you had this on the desk, now you can mount the camera a lot higher. Or if you wanted to mount the camera to like a street sign, right? Say you want to get a cool overhead shot of you or an artist or a subject for a short film on a stop sign. Now you can mount the super clamp to the stop sign, then you can mount the camera over top of them and get a cool perspective looking down. Like, this really unlocks so many different mounting options, right? So this particular articulating arm right here costs $140, but they do have other options that aren't as advanced, that might not be as long as this. So you can really just go for what you want in terms of like how much you want it to cost. Another thing that you can do with this that's really creative that I've actually been experimenting with is you can attach a grip head to this side of the camera, and then you can attach another camera or whatever type of item that you want over here, and you can reverse that as well. So what I was doing is I was getting really cool POV perspectives of like me scrolling through my phone for like this upcoming video that I'm filming. Or an example that I wanted to show you guys in this video is I mounted the R6 to this side, then I put the grip head on this side and put the R5C over here. And then you can get this cool perspective of you just out shooting, the subject stays in one central place, and it just has this really cool locked off effect to it. I think that these POV shots look really cool, and this articulated arm matched with the grip head just make this setup really cool as well without the super clamp. So these things all paired together just give you so much versatile with mounting your camera and different really cool stylistic shots that you can get. So to reiterate the price on all of these things, because I know it's all over the place and I know I probably didn't do a good job of telling you guys. This super clamp right here costs $20. This spigot that's in the super clamp right now costs $7 if you want to get that. The articulating arm right here itself costs $140, and a grip head just costs $25. So you can kind of rearrange and figure out what you need to do whatever specific shots that you need. But just having a super clamp and a spigot will give you so much versatility on what you can do and how you can mount your camera, or even a light, or even audio accessory, however you want it. With these, you can get really creative, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be a camera that you're mounting. It can be a ton of different things. All the titles, motion backgrounds, and overlay transitions in this video are from Storyblocks. Storyblocks is my go-to stock media platform for filmmaking assets, and they have thousands. Not only do they have what I'm using in this video, but they also offer stock footage, templates for Apple Motion and After Effects, royalty-free music, and more. They basically have whatever you need to spice up your projects. Storyblocks comes in clutch for all my projects. If I need a stylistic way to get from scene to scene, I'll just download a cool film burn clip. If I'm working with green screen on a music video, I'll just download a stock clip or motion background to use as the background. And if I want to keep people engaged, I'll download a cool motion title. They have plans to fit pretty much any budget, but you can download and use however many of these assets for your project with an unlimited plan. I highly recommend you guys check it out. It'll be a link in the description to do so. Thanks to Storyblocks for supporting the channel. The next item is the Rode Video Micro 2. I've had experience with the original Rode Video Micro, and I enjoyed it. The reason that I didn't really like it, I didn't really enjoy the shock mount on it. And I don't know, I just feel like they just improved the design on this so much more. So this comes in at $80. And I feel like it's totally worth it for what you get. So you get the microphone itself, you also get this cover for it, but you also get a windscreen as well. And this is just cool. It's a small microphone. The audio is solid as long as you get it close to the subject. And it's something that you just really can't complain about. It's such an easy tool to use. It has no internal battery. You just plug it in and you're good to go. Man, That drive was extreme. I have not driven to Atlanta in so long. My back is killing me, but I'm here. I made it. Let's see what this weekend holds. It should be a fun one. The next item is this metal light wand light. Now, to be completely honest, at the time of recording this, I haven't actually experimented or used this much, but I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna set up some lighting setups in the garage, and then I'll let you guys know what I think about it down there. Okay, I'm in the garage. It's probably echoey as hell in here, but before I get into the lighting setup, I just wanna show you what the light looks like. This is the metal light wand. On the back of it, you can see it has information to tell you what degree for like the hue saturation adjustment right there. And then you have a bunch of other stuff, and also a QR code to download the app for this lights, which I think is a huge plus for a light like this. I honestly am getting to the point after I'm testing so many of these lights to where I feel like all of these lights are pretty much the same. They all do the same thing. They all got hue saturation adjustments. And outside of you probably already being locked into an ecosystem like Aperture or Nanlite and having all your lights cohesively on one single app to be able to adjust, it's really no point in paying more money, honestly, other than like the reliability with the brand that you already know. This light seems cool. It has hue saturation adjustments. It has lighting effects. It has CCT adjustments. If you want to do cop light effects, you can do that. If you want to do pulsing effects, you can do that. If you want to do firework effects, you can do that. If you want to do flickering light effects, you can do that. Lighting, like all of these things are on here. It has hue loops. Like all of these lights are pretty much the same. One thing that I do really like about this light though, in comparison to like some of the other cheaper lights that I've tested that are in a similar realm as this, is that this actually has a readout on the screen that shows you how much time you have left with the use over here. And I think that's awesome. The other lights didn't have that, and the other lights also didn't have an app. And the app is like hugely beneficial if you're filming yourself, or if you got a light rigged up like way up in the air. It sucks for you to have to pull it down, adjust it, and then put it back up, and then see that it's also not right. So having an app is awesome. I'm gonna download that right now and test it out. But let's get into this lighting setup. This is the lighting setup, and I know what you're thinking. This probably does not look like it's lit at all, but let me show you what this setup looks like without the light on. You can see that this doesn't look bad. Like, this is cool, this is still moody, but the fact that this light does a good job at supplementing for the light that's coming from the garage door is dope. This light is at 90% right now, so it can't fully combat with the bright sunlight outside of the garage, but it's doing a good job at supplementing. I like it a lot. I just got this boomed up above me in front of my face. You can see right now on the BTS camera what is happening with the scene. And I think that it looks cool. These are the types of situations and scenarios that I use lights like this for. If I got this light with me and I'm out taking photos or video, I'm using this light to supplement whatever light is already in the scene. So I'm using it to motivate the light that's already in the scene. And I think that it does a good job at that. Just fiddling around with the app, I think that is cool. Pretty much everything that you need to do inside of the app is pretty straightforward. You got your effects, you got your color picker, your HSI, different gel adjustments. I think that it's cool. You can also pair multiple lights in the app. So if you want to get groups of these exact same lights, it's possible to do. And this light only costs 90 bucks. They have a 4-foot version of it that is $120, but all in all, from what I'm seeing and what I'm doing right now, I think that is solid. I wouldn't mind having this in my backpack or in my trunk whenever I'm on the go, because it does a job just fine. The next item is not under $100. This is an exception. I had to tell y'all about this because I've been using this lens a lot lately and I like it a lot, and it's very inexpensive in terms of the price of lenses, and I just felt like I had to bring it to y'all's attention. This is the TT Artisan 11mm f2.8 fisheye lens. Incredible lens. This lens only costs $215. And this lens right here is available for pretty much every single mount out there, which I think adds to the versatility of it. Sony E mount, Canon RF, I think they have like a L mount, they got a Fuji mount of this exact same lens for the exact same price. So pretty much whatever system you on, you could probably get this lens. The great thing about this lens is it's also compatible with full frame cameras. So whether you got a full frame and a APS-C sensor camera on your kit, you can pair this and get really, really cool perspectives. And that adds to the versatility of the lens too. Goes all the way down to an f2.8, so you can get some cool low light shots with it. And another thing I really like a lot about this lens is it focuses really, really close. It's like low key a macro lens, which is crazy. I use this on a music video, and I just like the perspective. If you're using a fisheye lens, you're using it for the distorted edges, you know, the barrel distortion at the end of it. That's what you're using it for. If you want a pristinely crisp lens that has absolutely no distortion around the edges, you're not gonna grab a fisheye lens. But I think that this is what adds to the magic of the lens. It makes unique perspectives. It makes really small spaces look even bigger. It makes really big spaces look crazy big. And you can even vlog with this, which I actually tested out. And I think that it looks cool. This is a fully manual lens. Keep that in mind. It doesn't have autofocus. But with fisheye lenses, as long as you're not focusing insanely close to the lens, even if you're down at f2.8, the majority of stuff is already going to be in focus anyways because of the wide perspective of it. This lens works great with car mount shots. If you're in a really small space like a car, being able to suction cup this to the window, the windshield, makes the perspective really cool. And a lot of these shots that you're seeing is from another video that I was going to be filming, but I figured I'd just put it in this one. This lens is awesome. It is not under the $100. I realize I clickbaited a little bit with that, but I just had to bring it to your attention, man, because this is an incredible lens. And I definitely think it's worth the price if you're into fisheye. I feel like you either love fisheye lenses or you hate them. And I think that for certain scenarios, they're awesome. So that's that. If you guys want to be entered to win any of these items, make sure to drop a comment down below in the comment section, including your Instagram @. I'll randomly choose however many people with the items I have, reach out to you on Instagram and get this stuff shipped out to you. Make sure to drop this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, but I'm out, y'all. Peace.